Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel again. I'm Tassos, and as I promised, I will explain some stuff on how Friday 13th works. Some things that I feel like I glossed over in my previous video, Let's Beat Friday 13th on NES. I did explain some things that I consider basic, but I didn't stress enough some things, and I just wanted to give a few more pointers on how to be able to get rid of Jason Voorhees in this underrated game. For me, I wouldn't say underrated gem or whatever. I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely a much more enjoyable experience if you get to know exactly how that game works. And like I said before, that's the main problem of the game. Nobody knew how that game worked. Even the manual itself said stuff like you need to light the fireplaces. That's complete and utter bullshit. You don't need to do that. There's a very easy way from the very beginning of the game to actually acquire the most powerful weapon, which is the torch, and I'll be explaining everything that you need to know. So let's start with my main point. Mark and Chrissy are your big guns, okay? Those guys have to be equipped with a torch. We'll start off with Mark, and I'll explain how to get the torch. We'll be very quick about it. I'll be pausing through the gameplay so you can understand exactly what I'm doing. So what we need with each character before we get the torch is three items. One is the lighter, two is the knife, and three is a key. So how do we get those? Let's pause the video and explain. So to get the lighter, once you begin your gameplay, you need to destroy 3 zombies as Mark. That number changes, that kill count changes for different characters. Then we need the knife. How we get the knife is start jumping around like complete and utter idiots. Another very important item that you will need is vitamins, which is that little jar with a liquid over here. I thought it was juice before. This is where you find it, over here. And once you get to find an item, you better take notes exactly where you found them, because jumping at that specific spot will spawn specific items. But if you pick them up, they never come back again. So keep that in mind. So as Mark, we have found a knife over here in that cabin before that one, which is our main target. There it is. There's the knife. We jump and we get it. Jumping somewhere around here spawns the knife. Okay, now time to get the key. Now, once we reach that cabin in the upper part of the lake area, we have to go in there and grab this note. We move forward a little bit. Once we get to that spot, we turn to our right hand and we take that note, and it says go into the woods. Remember the key that I mentioned? It's in the woods, so you don't have to worry about that. So we go right here to the left, and we'll navigate through the woods really quick. So we go to the left, start jumping around. There's gonna be a knife over there. Pick it up, because there it was. That was the key. So now we move forward. This is where we came from. So what we need to do is move forward, jump here. There's gonna be a vitamin. Forget about the Jason alarm right now. Move forward just one time. Once you reach the first crossroad, press up and press up again, and there it is. You found the cabin in the woods. Here you will find another note. Take that. That might not spawn the first time you get in. What you need to do is not fret, go back outside and back inside, and sure enough it will spawn. Sometimes there's gonna be an axe over here. So how you do get out of the woods now is move forward. There's gonna be another vitamin over here. Pick it up, it's very important. Go down, go forward, and then down again. Now you're out of the woods. So go back inside in that cabin where we found in the note, just on the upper part of the lake, and there is the torch. This is how you get the torch. So that is the procedure to get the torch. Having explained that, let's explain how Jason moves around the camp, because it's really important for you to ambush him outside of the cabins, especially on day 2. For those that don't know, the game is separated into 3 days. Each day you have to defeat Jason. Then he comes back even stronger. That if you beat him like day 1, right now we're in day 1, obviously. In day 2, he becomes faster when fighting him into the cabins. And actually fighting him into the cabins on day 2 is something that I definitely do not recommend. So a way to ambush him outside the cabins is knowing where he is, or at least have a vague idea of how he moves. So how this guy moves is he does that. He goes like that all around the map, like that. And when he reaches a crossroad, sometimes he decides to go in there, sometimes he doesn't. And this is where things become complicated. So your best bet is to catch him off guard in parts that you know that there is no crossroad, so he doesn't have any choice. He just has to keep moving forward, because he never does that. He never goes back and forth. He never decides, oh well, let's just go back. No, he just keeps going like that. So let's just say that you find him here. There's a slight chance that you intercept him before he reaches that part of the woods, where he might decide that it's a good idea to go through the woods or not. Or maybe catch him off guard here. If you have a fast character that's just waiting somewhere around here, like Mark. So your other bet is, if you know that Jason is in the lake harassing the kids over here, his only exit is gonna be right here. And what happened just before I pressed pause, just before I pressed record again, is this guy, I fought him in the cabin, so I know he'll exit that spot where I'm right now. So what you need to do is start moving down there, which is left on while on the in-game screen. Let's see that. There he is. You never miss with that one, and you actually do much more damage. It doesn't matter that he is moving towards the right side, because like you see, he entered this cabin. So a nifty little trick that you could do if you don't have any strong character just outside, you could select the character that is in the cabin and then exit, especially on day 2. If you do that, if the game lets you and you do that, you just get to fight Jason outside, where if you just throw a few rocks at him, he'll just go away at one point. Unless you're down to 2 characters or he's too low on health, which I hope is the case when that happens. So he's pretty easy to fight right here. Let's see how he deals with us in the cabin. And there he is, holding his machete. It doesn't really do anything different, you know. Even with his bare hands, it's the same damage. He's very slow on day 1. It's not such a risk to fight him at this point. But on day 2, I don't recommend that. I recommend trying to understand exactly where he is and then fighting him. So he went outside. If we're fast enough, we're gonna ambush him before he does anything else, and we're gonna fight him again. Go to the left and enter the woods. There he is. That never fails. And now he's not gonna stop. We got him for day 1. Also, with Chrissy, we found a key right there on that crossroad, so you may wanna take a note of that too. And yet another key right there just before the woods. We found one as Debbie over here. Laura, sorry. So on day 2, you can also, like any day you can do that, but on day 2 I suggest you go into the caves, which is right there. You can do that only if you have the key. And there I'll show you where to find Mrs. Voorhees, fight her, and get the sweater that actually doubles your defense. So let's go in there. We'll jump right here. There's gonna be a vitamin. There it is. Be careful with that jump. And you go over to that rock over here, and that is a door. and now you found Mrs. Voorhees. You throw your torches. She'll be done with 10 hits. And there it is. We got the sweater. Now, Laura is invincible. Well, not quite. Even the manual says that Jason can't hurt you, and that's a complete lie. So, like we said, this is day 2. We got the sweater, so we have a really powerful character in Laura. Okay, so we know that Jason is over here. If we used a character that's fast enough to intercept him, this is Chrissy, by the way. We're gonna sacrifice her for the sake of this video. Sorry, Chrissy. So we have Mark over here. If we move fast enough, we're gonna be intercepting Jason right in this road, and we'll get to deal tons of damage to him. He might get into the woods, he might not. I think that he will not do that because he just exited the lake, having destroyed a bunch of kids. So let's change to Mark. Let's get to a small cabin, change to Mark, and try to intercept him. And you know, a piece of advice, because I almost saw that happen right now. When you have the torch, better minimize your jumping to a minimum, okay? So we'll pick Mark and we'll try to intercept Jason right there, somewhere around here. Chris is probably gonna die, but yeah, well, those are the breaks. So Chrissy just kicked the bucket, and now we're gonna fight Jason outside the cabin. He's gotta be somewhere around here. There he is, and now he's gonna keep moving forward, and so are we. We're not gonna let him go. Keep moving. There he is. He's just such a gentleman, waiting for the zombie to go away. And again. And now he's not gonna stop. And we got him for day 2. And now for day 3, for the final blow, I'm gonna show you how to beat him inside the cabins, because on day 2, because he mixes the speeds that he has up, he's kind of more unpredictable, so he's much more dangerous on day 2. On day 3, there is a way to fight him inside the cabins. Again, it's a lot safer to just ambush him outside in the roads, in big parts of roads that you know he has nowhere else to go but forward. So, as simple-minded as he is, he gets what he deserves. And we have Laura that actually has the sweater and the torch, and we also have Mark. Now, they both have the torch. You can, instead of trying to get the sweater, I don't really remember if you can do it like all days, like if you can pick all the items in the cave for all of 3 days. I mean, on the first day you get a stronger weapon, that's probably the machete or mostly probably the axe and the caves. Second day you get the sweater, and day 3 you get the pitchfork. I'm not really sure that if you can get all of them. I've never tried that, but if you want the pitchfork, just wait on day 3 and try going into the caves. So I did that little part for you. I went back to the caves, and sure enough, you can also get the pitchfork. So on day 2 you get the sweater, and day 3 you get the pitchfork if you go in the caves and fight Mrs. Voorhees. We found Jason right here. So we know that he's in that cabin. I'm gonna show you how to fight him on day 3 inside the cabin, and he'll probably try to escape, and then I'll hunt him down and get him. So yeah, let's do this. George says thank you. Let's deliver the final blow. You get to dodge only when he stops dead in his tracks before you. I know it's tough, But if you have the sweater, it'll be a lot easier. And there he is. He'll try to escape. But no, we're not gonna let him. Be fast about it. Go outside. So he escaped. But the good thing is, he's in the lake. He's right there. And what we're gonna do now, because it's the third and final day and his health is pretty much almost zero at this point, we're gonna wait for him to wipe some of the kids out, and when he gets out of the lake, we're gonna try and follow him over here, ambush him, and finish the game. He got the kids. There he is. Move towards the left side. There he is again. And we got him. This is how you beat Friday the 13th. I hope I explained enough. As you probably seen there, I also made a machete spawn. That happens if you just keep using the same character over and over again and manage to kill enough zombies. Eventually a machete will appear. I don't think it's really worth it going through all that. I think the torch is much easier to get. And on day 3 also the pitchfork, knowing how to navigate through the caves. I hope that video helped gloss over some things that I helped explain something that I glossed over in the previous one. As for me, I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.